Even just yesterday, we saw whenever a judge rules against this administration, you say they're going rogue. Do you think a judge should just rubber stamp what your White House does? If not, what checks and balances do you think should be in place for this White House?
It is not the job of a district court judge to perform an individual green light or red light on every single policy that the president takes as the head of the executive branch. Just think about the premise baked into your question, respectfully, Pam. You're saying that when the American people elect a president of the United States of America,
I'm not saying
well, it's the implication, who is the sole...
Once again, Stephen Miller delivered a masterclass in logic and constitutional authority, and CNN just couldn't handle it. During his appearance with Pamela Brown, he didn't just defend the Trump administration's record. He exposed the dangerous ignorance that permeates mainstream media when it comes to executive power and immigration law.
Head of the executive branch. Well, let me finish. I will answer the question happily. Look, when you have these kinds of lazy assumptions built into questions, it makes it hard to have a constructive dialogue.
What is a lazy assumption? I said you all had to win.
You said no. You said is it my expectation?
I'm speaking.
You said is it my expectation? It's not just you. It's the whole media. Democracy cannot function. In fact, democracy does not exist at all if each action the president takes, foreign policy, diplomatic, military, national security, has to be individually approved by 700 district court judges. That's democracy. But let me tell you about...
Pamela Brown tried to trap Miller with typical left-wing talking points, suggesting that President Trump's policies need a green light from activist judges before being legitimate. Miller pushed back hard, and rightfully so. The founders never intended for unelected district judges to override the will of the people expressed through the President of the United States.
About these rogue judges. This is the most litigated issue over the last 10 years. Over the last 10 years, whether or not to deport the foreigners who invaded our country illegally. You want a democracy in this country? When Americans vote, when they cry out and they beg for a president to come and save them from this invasion, and some district court judge in San Francisco or Manhattan tries to shut it down and shield these foreigners from deportation, while the courts did nothing to stop Joe Biden and his administration and his officers, the Mayorkas, from overseeing this invasion.
CNN reporting shows that investigators believe the migrant was set up. It was a victim of a setup. What is the administration going to do now? And this is an undocumented immigrant. I do want to note that, but this was someone who came forward, was a victim of a crime.
Are you saying this?
And when it came to immigration, Miller hit the nail on the head. The left loves to play the emotional card, but the facts are clear. The unchecked cost of illegal immigration is astronomical. As Miller pointed out, a single illegal migrant family can cost taxpayers over $1 million over a lifetime. That's not just unsustainable, it's insane. By the way, can you please like and subscribe to my channel? It helped the channel grow.
This immigrant was here illegally?
Yes, but I am, and that's why I said that. I clarified that.
You said undocumented, and I wasn't clear what that means. I'm assuming they have a fake ID. I'm assuming they have a fake Social Security number.
That's neither here nor there. That's getting away from the question, Steve.
When we use language that's designed to obscure the truth, that's not good faith. All I can say, based on what you're telling me, is there's an illegal alien in our country who's making menacing threats, regardless of the fact.
In 2024 and beyond, Americans need leaders who won't flinch under pressure and who understand the importance of enforcing the law. Stephen Miller reminded us why strong, principled leadership is exactly what this country needs right now. If you like this video, please share this video and subscribe.
Circumstances, we don't want them here. We're going to get to the bottom of it, and I would gladly come back on when I have more information to share with you.
They were set up, just to be clear. But quickly, where is the White House on habeas corpus?
The illegal alien was treated unfairly. Yes, I'm sure the illegal alien was treated very unfairly.
Was there any drug testing or any request for him to drug test when he was in the White House, given the fact that he was also a contractor with the government?
Fortunately for you and all the friends at CNN, you'll have the opportunity to ask Elon all the questions you want today yourself. In the meantime, the drugs I'm concerned about are the drugs that are coming across the border.
What we saw in this interview is the difference between leadership and activism. Miller defended the Constitution, the American worker, and national sovereignty, while CNN tried to score cheap political points.
From the criminal cartels that are killing hundreds of thousands of Americans. And we're going to save hundreds of thousands of lives if these district courts would just get the hell out of the way, stop destroying our Constitution, stop taking authority they don't have, and allow the president to do the job that not only he was elected to do, but the constitutional laws of the United States vest him exclusively to do.
The Trump administration's move to end TPS for countries where conditions have improved is common sense. It's not cruel, it's fair, and it ensures that temporary programs don't become permanent loopholes. But instead of having a serious policy debate, CNN clings to emotional appeals and fear-mongering. If you like this video, please share this video and subscribe.